Members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to Mawien community to air out its grievances. Press release on the imposed traditional elections of Paramount Chief of Mawien community. In regard to the subject referred here above, Mawien community bring into the attention of the general public and entire citizens of South Sudan as here under Your Excellency President, Mawien community strongly object the imposed traditional elections by His Excellency Kuol Muor, the governor, and his allies to unconstitutionally remove the long-serving Paramount Chief, Peter Mawien, also known as Mawien Banyate, from his duties as traditional leader, who have ruled the community for nearly 40 years, since 1988, when he took power. It is worst scenario to see our governor collaborating with individuals, causing rampant insecurity and destabilizing the entire community. He chose to disregard the public interest and seek to fulfill the will of a specific group who are responsible for the suffering of our people. These people are revealed as here under 1. Honorable Cornelio Mawindor Ariik, a national MP representing Akop region, constituency number 10. 2. Major General Mawin Ariik is also known as Mawien Mabol, National Security Officer. 3. Major General Kuala Kuol, a police officer who has been recently transferred back to the army. 4. Colonel Kong Mawin Ariik, SSPDF, also known as Kong Mawien Biarpoint, self-proclaimed officer. 5. Molana Abur Chol Chol, businessman and community leader who have failed this community. And 6. Ariik Kuol Ariik, also known as Ariik Seed and Village, businessman and key player in the conflict. These people have been engaging in activities that undermine the security and stability of Mawien community since 2016. Our dear President, we strongly reject the planned elections and swiftly call for removal of the governor himself and replace him with competent individual who is able to cooperate and provide inclusive security. The people of Warrap want somebody who is ready to consolidate peace, unity, and reconciliation among various communities. Why do our community oppose this election? It is imperative to conduct elections in a free and conducive environment. The points of argument are explained as here under. 1. During 32 states in 2019, our people fought on the controversial issue on the name of county, Ariik versus Law counties. In this era, chiefs, elders, and youths were arrested, arbitrarily detained, brutally tortured, imprisoned, heavily fined, and released from prison after 2 years. This implies that the case was settled in absentia of the prime suspects who have engineered and invented the problem. After conflict, there was no reconciliation done to close the wounds and build trust and improve interpersonal relations among community members. In this conflict, more than 11 people were killed and 17 others wounded. 2. Again in 2022, another conflict erupted between Joer and Philippine sections of Mawien community. For the first time in history, the fighting claimed innocent lives of 5 people and 5 others wounded. Some suspects of this conflict were arrested, while others are still at large up to date. There is no case settlement made until now. Thank God, our youth umbrella is spearheaded and persuade both sides of conflict to accept voluntary peace and reconciliation. 3. Last year on 31st December 2023, the third wave of conflict broke out between Wunkar and Akok of Lonka. Between Akok, leaving 6 people dead and 8 others wounded. In this conflict, culprits from Wunkar were successfully apprehended, while suspects from Akok sections remain at large up to now. The case is still not settled. No blood compensation made, no peace and reconciliation conference conducted at the same time. In these 3 waves of conflict, a total number of 23 people were lost and 31 people wounded. 4. There is common security threat from neighboring unity states since last year. Mawien community has been experiencing serious waves of insecurity and instability imposed by Qatar raiders hailing from Unity State, Mayom County. The community was completely disarmed by the state government and left defenseless, making it vulnerable to imminent attacks in broad daylight without intervention or rescue from both levels of government. Recommendation: to create peaceful atmosphere, the community recommend the following before embarking on traditional elections. 1. Arrest all perpetrators of violence in Mawien and other communities across Warrap State. It is advisable for the state government to apprehend and arraign before court the individual charged of crime committed during various cycles of violence. The government must prioritize the settlement of cases, disputes, and blood compensation for the victims. This would result into a meaningful healing process and enhance complete recovery from conflict. 2. Normalize relations with neighboring states. The government of Warrap State should first normalize interrelations with the immediate neighbors, including Unity, Lakes, and Western Bar and Ghazal states, respectively. This will foster inclusive peace and promote cohesion among our citizens. 3. Stop military and business personnel from destabilizing communities. The state government has a full responsibility of protecting the civil populations and their properties from any external forces. It is constitutional mandate for every level of government to regulate activities of public and private sectors to avoid interference in community affairs. Government must completely stop this group, such as military and business individuals, from using their resources to manipulate local government authorities, cause insecurity, and destabilize communities. For instance, President of the Republic issued Order Number 27, 2022, prohibiting all the active military personnel from engaging in community affairs and politics related to such. 4. Respect local government policies. The state government and other external forces must strictly adhere to the guiding principles and establish policies laid here in the Local Government Act. The traditional authority directly lies under government board and must not be tampered by outsiders. It is up to the vital institution to determine what to do with traditional systems in respect to the community governance. Nobody from any other sector helps to do anything with them at will. Therefore, it is essential for the state government to first provide stable and inclusive security for its citizens across the borders. The government should rely on propaganda. The government should not rely on propaganda engineered by those suspected of crimes, incitement, and violence in the various communities. In any way, unverified allegations and reports should not be made as basis for sham elections and unconstitutional means to remove and replace traditional leaders. We urge His Excellency Salva Kiir Mayardit, President of the Republic of South Sudan, to relieve His Excellency Colonel Kuol Muor, the Governor of Warrap State,
Kuol Muor must go
for being too vocal to the traditional leaders, failing to cooperate with the community and restore stability using illegal law, Green Book Act 2023 as a political weapon to deter, threaten, scare, and retaliate against his political opponents in his government and community. In this regard, Mawien community continue to defend itself against Kuol Muor's unfavorable policies and mistreatment of his government towards our traditional leaders and entire inhabitants of the area. We must continue ringing bells of justice to wake up all the marginalized communities across Warrap and his political victims. Mawien community seek his immediate relief from state governorship and appoint cooperative and competent governor to restore hope and trust in government. The community strongly wants His Excellency Kuol Muor from imposing traditional elections that seek to remove and replace our Paramount chief, Mawien. We are closely monitoring the activities of this committee composed of close allies. Governor must stand ready to bear consequences of his actions should more bloodshed happen again in our community. Your citizens in chaos, Mawien community, Juba, South Sudan.
My name is Mawien Dengden, Mawien Youth Chairman in Juba. This is to inform the general public that we, the youth and the community of Mawien in Juba, and also at home, we have rejected the planned traditional elections, which is enforced by the governor, Kuol Muor. What we are saying is that our community is now fragile. An election cannot be carried at this time. It is not the right time to carry out elections in our community. There are burning issues that need to be solved, and then election will be afterward. One, the culprits of December 2023 up to now, the governor failed to arrest them and put them in prison. Two, our people they are not even eating together, they are not drinking together. And the governor, and these are the people that are supposed to come together for elections. So we are calling the government of the nation, especially our president, to stop Governor Kuol Muor to incite our community to fight again. Two, we need a total peace in our community. If there is a peace, then we cannot reject a traditional elections. So we know those who are behind, those who are pushing the governor to this, to send a team to go and conduct traditional elections at home. And their names, they have already been revealed before. So I am here informing the general public that we have rejected, we have totally rejected the planned traditional elections that is supposed to take place in our community. So from here we are requesting our President, the General LMYDA, to intervene to save the life of our people. Thank you so much. Kuol Muor must go.
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 We don't want to live. We don't want our people to die.
We don't want our people to
We
die.
don't want our people to die again.
We don't want our people to die.
Kuol Muor must go.
Kuol Muor must go.